Good morning. It's a Sunday morning here in Logan, Utah. I'm just taken back by the intense beauty of where I live and just wanted to share it with you guys to start off with today and share a few thoughts kind of rolling through me after what happened with me last night. And just soak that in for a second. We live in such an amazing, beautiful place, beautiful world. So grateful for the opportunity just to soak this in. I wanted to talk a little bit today about the power of the collective and the power of energy with the collective. I had an interesting experience yesterday. I got the opportunity to have my nephew, Ford, have a baseball tournament up here where I live. They live about 2 hours away from me, and so they were up here all day yesterday, and I got to go watch him play baseball, and it was a treat just to watch my nephew play baseball. I've never seen that before. He's a great player, and it was just awesome experience for me. But what happened yesterday was interesting because his team was playing and they won a couple of games and then they lost a game. And in order to get into the championship, they were reliant totally on a different team that they had already beat to beat a team that they had lost to in order to get into the championship. And so it was just the most random thing for me to be with my family, my nephew and my brother and his wife, watching a little league baseball game with kids that I didn't even know, cheering for a team that I really had no investment in other than that it was going to help my nephew's team make it to the championship game. And what was cool about that, and what I wanted to share that might be applicable for anyone else listening to this, was being with total strangers all directed towards the same cause creates a type of energy that amplifies itself the more that people become engaged rather than just an individual's level of energy. What I mean by that is there's power in the collective, and the way that the game started off is this team that we were cheering for with total strangers. There's like a couple parents watching in the background hoping things will go okay. The team that we're cheering for got down by 4 or 5 runs, and it got down to be what would have been the last inning with 2 strikes, 2 outs, down by 4, and this team got a hit and moved some runners around the bases, and this team got another hit and scored a run, and then people started to gather around, and a whole group of people started to gather around. The other team started to gather around. The energy started to flow. You could almost feel the electricity in the air. And then this team went on a 2-out rally where they ended up tying the game, leading to another inning. And then they got behind again by 3 runs in that inning, and then went on another rally and ended up scoring like 8 runs and winning the game by like 5 runs. And everyone was going crazy, like grown people, grown adults, you know. And I think it was more than just being at the Little League game. It was the feeling that everybody got enveloped in as they all kind of moved towards the same common goal. And that energy became like a wave, like a tsunami that lifted and crested and then started to crash. And I think that's one reason why I love sports in general, is when you go to a game, you get that moment sometimes. And here it was happening at a tiny Little League game. And it made me start thinking about the kind of people that I surround myself with, and wondering if I'm surrounding myself with the people who have the same kind of energy that I want to be living by. Am I putting myself in a place where that energy can swell and grow and pick me up? You know, I've heard the quote, a rising tide lifts all ships. Am I putting myself around people where I can lift and they also want to lift and we can all lift together? Or do I find myself associating with people that are actually bringing me down to a different level of energy? And my thought today to consider is to do a little inventory of relationships on where we spend our time, who we're spending it with, and the things that we're engaged in. Are we engaged in gossip and tearing people down? Are we engaged in criticism? Are we engaged in disgust? Are we engaged in negativity? Or are we surrounding ourselves with people who look around at this world and see the good in it, who look around at ourselves and see the good in ourselves, who take a look at our relationships with God and ask, who is God designing us to be? And then surrounding ourselves with people who will amplify that energy. And my hope is that each of us can do an inventory of that and maybe make some choices as to where we're putting our time, our resource, and our relationship in making this world a little bit better place. So hope you guys have an awesome day. Hopefully it's as beautiful where you're at as it is here. You guys have a good one. Thank you so much for being here with me. If you found this to be valuable for you, please hit the like and subscribe button. If you're facing particular struggles that you need help with or roadblocks that you're running into, please submit a question. I'd be happy to answer it for you.